Hello, I am here to discuss with you today a pivotal leader within the entertainment industry I found after completing some adequate research. In our ongoing effort to understand what it takes to be an effective leader, it is important to recognize those who have done this successfully in the past. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. Over the course of the past few days, I was looking all over the internet for a leader that encompasses the qualities and skills of an effective leader. After going through the motions in my search, I stumbled upon someone that expresses the traits of Maxwell's style of leadership over Green's. He's someone that has good intention and is an excellent role model for his company. His name is Jorgen Vig Nordstorp. Ever since I was a kid, I have been a fan of Legos. I have always loved how the overall meaning behind the toy company is geared towards using imagination and the principle of building something. Back in 2003, however, the company was not performing well and was on the brink of declaring bankruptcy. That is, until Mr. Nordstorp stepped in and became CEO in 2004. Mr. Nordstorp had only been with the company 3 years before he was promoted to CEO. He was originally hired on as a consultant and as a director in administration. According to EuropeanCEO.com, what he could offer that others couldn't was his knowledge from his time at McKinsey & Company and an outsider's perspective. He put emphasis on the subject that had been largely taboo before, making money. After initially starting at Lego, Nordstorp had said in an interview on MeetTheBoss.com that rather than doing one adjustment every 3 to 5 years, we did 3 to 5 adjustments every year. So I think that's what nearly killed us. However, if you look at them today, they have been able to obtain licensing from other companies to produce products associated with things like Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and now they have their own movie. So, what are some of the general leadership attributes of Mr. Nordstorp? Well, he was trying to build his credibility. He decided to make sure that he was approachable and able to manage at a high level. This meant being able to talk to people on the factory floor, to engineers, to marketers, being at home with everyone. This style of leadership is the epitome of Maxwell's style. This brings us to discuss the specific Maxwell trait that he encompasses, which is integrity. From the Maxwell's book, he defines integrity not as what we do as much as we are, and we are in turn determines what we do. It becomes the navigating system that guides us. Mr. Northrop harnesses this trait after he said, implementing a strategy of niche differentiation and excellence required a looser structure and a relaxation of the top-down management style we had imposed during the turnaround because the company needed empowered managers. This then leads us to his next Maxwell trait. Understanding that people are your most appreciable asset is something that Mr. Northrop fully understands. In numerous different interviews and statements he has made over the years, he highly expresses the need to relate to both his employees and customers. When you empower people, they have the ability to work harder and contribute more to the overall goal. He said this in the same interview with the Harvard Business Review in 2005 when the company started involving a couple of enthusiastic fans in product development, and I started systematically meeting with adult fans of Logo. They decided to come out with Lego Factory that allowed customers can now even design their own products, which they will sell for them on LegoFactory.com. So we talked a lot about Maxwell, but what about Green? The number one Green trait that Mr. Northrop encompasses is the simple fact that he works on the hearts and minds of others. Um, he learns how to play the numbers game. The wider your support base, the stronger your power. If you work on a project, people want to make it a success. But we have a stage gate innovation process, and that means that we could start out with 60 ideas, which eventually become 15 and 20 that we actually launch. So it's the name of the game. That's not everything that's developed and will get launched. Not everything that's on the market today will stay on the market. So as an organization, that's part of the learning that is creative destruction, if you like. Within Maxwell's book, he describes the leadership spectrum and how there are 5 levels of leadership: position, permission, production, people development, and personhood. Moving up the ladders means to evolve within your leadership style and adapt to the changes happening around you. As for Mr. Nordstorp, I would place Mr. Nordstorp on the highest level of leadership, being the pinnacle/personhood. People seem to follow Mr. Nordstorp after seeing how far he has come and the ability he has had to turn the Lego company around and make it profitable once more. Nordstorp exercised a style of leadership called strategic leadership. They enhance the long-term viability of their companies through the articulation of a clear vision and at the same time maintain a satisfactory level of short-term financial stability. And they accomplish this while maintaining relatively smooth day-to-day operations. By using his leadership skills, he was able to prove his worth from within the company and become a successful entrepreneur. He has also become a role model to the point that he has become well respected within the entertainment industry. So, in essence, over the course of the past few minutes, we have taken a leader and dissected him to smaller parts so that we can understand what has made him so successful in his career. We have reviewed what traits he encompasses via Maxwell and Green, and reviewed some of what he has been able to do while being the CEO of LEGO. Furthermore, we now have a better understanding of what it takes to be an effective leader and what the process is of getting there. It is what is in store for the future that will be most interesting, especially since LEGO recently decided to discontinue the ability for consumers to create their own products. It would be interesting to see what they will do next. But what's in store for Mr. Nordstorp will be very interesting to see. I foresee him continuing the success of LEGO by retaining his current ability to lead effectively. He has a proven track record of being able to turn a company around and make it profitable once again. It would not surprise me if were to be recruited to be the CEO of a different company. I would be very much intrigued to see if that would actually happen. I would like to thank you for spending some time with me to go over some traits of an effective leader, and please feel free to reach out to me should you have any questions. Thanks again!